It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so it's officially fight week for, what figures to be a pretty interesting affair in the super featherweight division as, Oshaki Foster, it's his first world title defense. And you guys know the age-old saying in boxing, which is you are not a legitimate world champion until you make your first world title defense. So this will be his first world title defense, and it's not under the best of circumstances. I got to be honest with you. Oshaki Foster just beat Ray Vargas in San Antonio in hostile territory in front of a bunch of Mexicans and whatnot. And now they bringing him to Mexico. Yes, Oshaki Foster will be defending his WBC belt for the first time against none other than Eduardo Rocky Hernandez on DAZN, and it's gonna be out there. Not just it's gonna be out there in Mexico. So really tough fight for him. Let's talk about the matchup. Now we'll start with the champion. We'll give him his just due as the champion because I think he deserves his due. Oshaki Foster's been a fighter that he hasn't had the big promotion in his career. I remember my introduction to Oshaki Foster was actually about 3 years ago when he fought on the now defunct, non-existent Thursday night series known as Ring City USA, and he took on Miguel Roman, and they fought in the parking lot of the Wild Card Boxing Club. You guys watched Ring City USA, you may remember they had some fights in the parking lot of the Wild Card Boxing Gym, and they would literally have the fighters walk down the stairs. So that was my introduction to him. Not necessarily a big puncher per se, but one thing I like about Oshaki Foster is he's got good natural fighting instincts, meaning that he kind of understands when to do certain things situationally in the boxing ring. He knows when to step to his left, he knows when to step to his right, he knows when to maybe turn up the volume on his punches, he knows when to be more of the back foot fighter. And there's been a couple of times where I've seen him actually sit there and fight his opponent. So depending on what the opponent gives, depending on what Eduardo Rocky Hernandez gives Oshaki Foster, that will dictate how he fights. Now, Eduardo Rocky Hernandez, let's talk about him because he's the guy that I'm sure Eddie Hearn wants to win. This is his guy. This is a guy in Eduardo Rocky Hernandez who he's like a lot of Mexican fighters. He's one of those Mexican fighters that he's got 35 pro fights. He's only 25 years old, so he's very experienced for his age. Only loss came 4 years ago at the hands of Roger Gutierrez, and Roger Gutierrez starched him in one round. Gutierrez can punch, so it's not all that surprising. Roger Gutierrez is liable to hurt anybody. He's hurt pretty much most of the opponents he's fought, even the ones he's lost to. So apart from that, it's been pretty smooth sailing for Eduardo Rocky Hernandez. Everybody not named Roger Gutierrez, for the most part, has been knocked out. He's got 31 knockouts of his 34 wins. So it's that old style matchup of, pressure fighter versus a guy that will more than likely be on his back foot this fight in Oshaki Foster. And it all comes down to, I think, the fight within the fight is going to be, can Oshaki Foster handle the volume and the onslaught that's going to come to him? And more importantly, when Eduardo Rocky Hernandez does start throwing punches at him, can he find those little windows to punch in between the shots, the counter punching opportunities? That's really what I'm looking for from Oshaki Foster. It's a really important fight for the division because, like I said, 130, I think going into 2024 is at a very interesting place because you got Emmanuel Navarrete, who's scheduled to fight Robinson Cutsensao. He has a WBO belt. You got Joe Cordina fighting on November 4th against Edward Vasquez. That's going to be an interesting fight. Hector Garcia, they haven't announced anything, but it's fully expected that he fights Lamont Roach, who's the #1 contender. And then you got this fight right here. So there really isn't a clear-cut established guy at 130, and I'm hoping going into 2024, we can get some champions solidified and see who's who in this division. Because I like this weight class. There's some good fighters in this weight class that aren't even champions yet. You got guys like Albert Bell, Otar Aronosian, who I spoke of a lot here on this channel. You still got Oscar Valdez in the weight class. So it's a real interesting division. Mark Siles in the division as well, former champion at featherweight. So, it should be a lot of fun. But I'll be honest with you guys. This is all set up for O'Shaquie Foster to lose. This really is. Not saying that Eduardo Rocky Hernandez is this killer, because I don't think he's some sort of killer. I think he's a prototypical, like, now, I don't like saying this about Mexican fighters, but when it's justified, I'll say it. He is a prototypical, stereotypical Mexican fighter. High guard, coming forward, high volume punches. You know, that's kind of what he is. That's the kind of fighter he is. Not saying that's a good thing or bad thing. It's just how he fights. So, you know, O'Shaquie Foster, we're gonna see how them legs are. I mean, they were really good in the Ray Vargas fight. He seemed to have a great ability to stay away from Ray Vargas, but Ray Vargas isn't Eduardo Rocky Hernandez. Yes, Ray Vargas is Mexican. Yes, he has a Mexican trainer, Nacho Berenstein, but Ray Vargas doesn't box like the stereotypical Mexican fighters fight. He's tall, he's long, he's rangy, he's volume. His amount of punches aren't high in volume, so you can get on your back foot and you can circle the ring and you can kind of fight at the pace you see fit. As to Eduardo Rocky Hernandez, if O'Shaquie Foster wants to keep this fight at a slow pace, he's gonna have to work a lot harder to do that, because this guy only knows how to fight one way, and he's not going to change his style for nobody. And if O'Shaquie gets hurt, this guy will be looking to pounce. So we'll see. You know, Eduardo Rocky Hernandez in his career, I don't think he's fought anybody like O'Shaquie Foster, because, you know, all the guys he's fought in his career for the most part have been, you know, Mexican fighters locally. You know, he's only fought outside of Mexico twice. So, you know, I'm going to use the saying that a lot of people like to use. He's never fought a slick black American fighter, you know, and that doesn't necessarily mean anything. The same way it doesn't mean anything that O'Shaquie Foster is fighting a guy that's a pressure fighter. You know, it's all about how you handle the challenge on the night. But O'Shaquie Foster will present some different challenges for Eduardo Rocky Hernandez, and O'Shaquie Foster is gonna. I think if he wins this fight, to me, he's already solidified himself as a champion. Now, if he wins this fight, he's now a legit champion, because now he's going on the road to defend his belt in hostile territory. So it's always to me. You know, I don't like when fighters have to do it every single fight, because I don't think that's fair. But some fighters don't have the luck of the draw of being able to fight where they want to fight. So I feel like if O'Shaquie Foster wins this fight in enemy territory against a tough, dangerous, you know, hard punching Mexican fighter in Mexico, you know, you gotta look at him. You gotta look at him just a little bit differently, because it's not easy to perform under those circumstances. But either way, should be a good fight. Looking very, very forward to it. You also got Angel Debidi against Justice Honey on the undercard. Who's a Australian heavyweight prospect, I believe. So it should be a fun little card this coming weekend between O'Shaquie Foster and Eduardo Rocky Hernandez. I don't have a prediction yet, so, you know, tune into the live when I do go live this weekend for the fight. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think about O'Shaquie Foster and Eduardo Rocky Hernandez? That's my little thoughts on the fight. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. But like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just kidding, dang it. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. We're here at the Hatanaka Boxing Gym in Nagoya, Japan. And for more great videos just like this one, make sure you guys click right here.